Hello, I'm Sudhir from Yugen Academy.
Hello, friends. Today's topic is articles. The words a, an, and the are called articles. They come before nouns. A and an are called the indefinite articles. The is called the definite article because it normally points out some particular person or thing. The indefinite article is used before singular countable nouns. Example: a book, an orange, a girl, etc. The definite article is used before singular countable nouns, plural countable nouns, and uncountable nouns. Example: the book, the books, the milk, etc. Articles are basically adjectives. Adjective is the word which says something more about a noun or pronoun. Article also does the same thing. It will tell you something more about the noun. Now let us see the articles in details. A or an. The choice between a and an is determined by sound. Before a word beginning with a vowel sound, an is used. An ass, an enemy, an ink pad, an umbrella, an hour, an honest man. So, you have to concentrate on sound. If the sound is of vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U, then the article used will be an. Before a word beginning with consonant sound, A is used. Example: a horse, a cat, a dog, a university, a union, a European, a useful article. These are all, of course, the exception. Here it may be noted that the words like university, union, etc. begin with a consonant sound of YUU. Similarly, a 1 rupee note, a one-eyed man, here the word one begins with the consonant sound of W. So this is very important and you have to keep it in your mind. Whenever the sound will be of vowel, you will be using an. Otherwise, we have to use a. Let us see some more information. The indefinite article is used first in the numerical sense of 1. 12 inches make a foot. Not a word was said. Second, in the sense of any, to single out an individual as the representative of a class. A pupil should obey his teacher. A lion is a dangerous animal. Third, to make a common noun of a proper noun. She is a Hitler. Now let us see something more about the article the. The definite article the is used when we talk about a particular person or thing or one already referred to. Example: the book you want is out of print. Which book? The one you want. Let's go to the park. The park in this town. Second example is when a singular noun is meant to represent a whole class. Example: the cow is a useful animal. The horse is a noble animal. Third, before some proper names, oceans and seas, the Pacific rivers, the Godavari canals, the Suez canals, deserts, the Sahara, mountains, the Himalayas, the Alps, very few names of countries which consist of more than one word and which are collectively formed: the United Kingdom, the United States of America. He used to live in the United States of America, but he used to live in America. The is not placed before the names of single mountains, single islands, nor before the names of capes and lakes. Mount Abu, Mount Everest, names of single mountains. Sri Lanka, Sicily, and Java, these are the names of single islands. Before the names of certain books, the Vedas, the Ramayana. Fourth, unique kind of things, the sun, the sky, the earth. Next is before a proper noun when it is qualified by an adjective. The great Caesar, the immortal Shakespeare. Sixth is with superlatives. The darkest cloud has a silver lining. This is the best book of chemistry. Then with ordinals. He was the first man to arrive. The 7th chapter of the book is interesting. Next is before musical instruments. He can play the flute. Before an adjective when the noun is understood. The poor are always with us. The deep freeze has made life easier for housewives. Next is the members of one family, the Gandhis, the Nehrus, etc. People from one country, the Indians, the Germans, the Americans. Then names of banks, the Bank of India, the Reserve Bank of India. Next is railway, ships, names of newspapers, the Deccan Queen, the Simhagad Express, the Rajendra, the Times of India, the Indian Express, etc. Next is when mentioning decades, centuries and historical periods, the is used. The fashion started in the 1950s. Things were different in the 70s, the Stone Age, the 18th century, etc. 15th is after the name of a ruler or a politician, the is used to describe him. Alexander the Great, Hitler the tyrant. 16th, before a noun made definite by the addition of a phrase or a clause. The girl in blue, the boy that I met, the place where I met him. Next is, the is also used before names consisting of noun plus of plus noun. See the example. The Bay of Bengal, the Gulf of Mexico, the Cape of Good Hope, the United States of America. Next is, the is used before other proper names consisting of adjective plus noun or noun plus of plus noun. The National Gallery, the Tower of London. The is also used before orchestra, pop groups, the Philadelphia Orchestra, the Beatles. 19. When the noun following it is made specific by the use of a qualifying word, phrase or clause. Example, the red flowers are roses. Italicized word is an adjective. The flowers in the flower part are roses. Here the italicized words is an adjective phrase. The flowers that I gave you are roses. Italicized words, an adjective clause. Next is before points on the earth and before points of the compass, as in the South Pole, the equator, the West, the Middle East, etc. 21st. Before the singular forms of proper nouns to suggest a comparison. Samir is the Sachin Tendulkar of our college, implying he is a brilliant cricket player. Next is before mass nouns like air and milk, except when these are made specific by a following phrase or clause. We breathe air. not the air, but we breathe the air in the open. Now let us see how the article the is pronounced. If the comes before consonant sound, then pronounce it as the. For example, the pin, the box. If it is placed before a vowel sound, then you pronounce it as the. For example, the apple, the ink, etc. So far we have seen where the article the is required to be used. Now let us see omission of the article. The definite article the is omitted. Mind you, we don't use it. Keep it in your mind. Let us see it in details. First, before names of substances and abstract nouns, that is, uncountable nouns used in general sense. Sugar is bad for teeth. Gold is a precious metal. Honesty is the best policy. Please note that uncountable nouns take the when used in a particular sense. Would you pass me the sugar? The sugar on the table. The wisdom of Solomon is great. I can't forget the kindness with which he treated me. Next, before plural countable nouns used in a general sense. Children like chocolate. Computers are used in many offices. But such nouns take the when used in a particular meaning. Example, where are the children? Means our children. Next, before most proper nouns, namely names of people like Gopal, Ram, and names of countries or cities, Europe, Sri Lanka, Nagpur, etc. Next is before names of meals. What time do you have lunch? Dinner is ready. Please note, we use a when there is an adjective before breakfast or lunch. We use the when we specify. I had a late lunch today. The dinner we had at the hotel was very nice. Fifth is before languages. We are studying English. They speak Hindi at home. Mind you, we are considering where the article the is not used. Next is before the words school, college, university, church, bed, hospital, prison, when these places are visited or used for their primary purposes. I learned Hindi at school. We go to church on Sundays. My uncle is still in hospital. Note, the is used with these words when we refer to them as a definite place or building or object. Example, the school is very near my home. I met him at the church. I went to the hospital to see my uncle. Next is before names of relations like father, mother, aunt, uncle, etc. My father has returned. Aunt wants you to see her. Next, in certain phrases like to catch fire, to give battle, to send word, at home, in hand, in date, at dinner, article will not be used. Next is before the names of universities. Pune University, Oxford University, etc. If this or that is before the noun, then the article is not used. This rose is pink. That man is a singer. Next is before parts of the body or articles of clothing, as these normally prefer possessive adjectives. Raise your right hand. He took off his coat. Number 12 is if the name of the institution begins with the name of a person or place, we don't put the before the name. Example, Delhi University, Jawaharlal Nehru School, Tata Steel, etc. Now let us concentrate on this table. Common errors and correct usage. I will give you the incorrect sentence first and the correct sentence later. Please see the table. First, they got into train. Correct is, they got into a train. Everybody needs holiday. Everybody needs a holiday. Train, holiday, horse, lesson are singular countable nouns. So, a or an is used before them as per rule. Next is, you must give answer. Correct is, you must give an answer. Fourth, he came here by the car. He came here by car. Next is, they travel by the train. The correct one is, they travel by train. By train, by plane, by ship, by air are idioms and articles are not used before them. Next is, the most people like it. Correct is, most people like it. Next one is, the most of people like it. Most of people like it. If most or most of is followed by a noun, the is not used before most. Next one is, poor always suffer. The poor always suffer. Ninth one is, he is collecting money for blind. He is collecting money for the blind. There are some adjectives before which the is always used and they have plural meaning as the poor, the rich, the blind, the deaf, etc. are a class of people. The next one is, the man is mortal. Correct one is, man is mortal. 11th, we should live in the society. Correct one is, we should live in society. If mortal, society, nature, mankind, etc. are used in the general sense, no article should be used before them. 12th, he accepted the job of the headmaster. He accepted the job of headmaster. 13th, he was given the post of director. Correct one is, he was given the post of director. Article should not be used before a noun preceded by the post or job or rank or position. 14th, sports make body strong. Correct one is, sports make the body strong. 15th, games make arms strong. Games make the arm strong. The is used before the body or the parts of the body. 16th, my friend is in army. Correct one is, my friend is in the army. He joined the navy. He joined the navy. The is used before the name of armed forces. 18th, I have a homework to do. Correct one is, I have homework to do. 19th, he is in a good health. He is in good health. No article is used before homework, health, news, mercy, etc. We reached the home is wrong. Correct one is, we reached home. Article is not used before home. I go to the school every day is wrong. I go to school every day. Similarly, he goes to the hospital every day is also wrong. He goes to hospital every day. When we go to school or college for studying or for teaching purpose or hospital for treatment, no article is used before them. 23rd, We had a breakfast at 5. Correct one is we had breakfast at 5. He was invited to the dinner is wrong. Correct one is he was invited to dinner. Articles are not used before the names of meals. He tells lie. He speaks truth. They are wrong. Correct one is he tells a lie. He speaks the truth. Next one is he works in morning, or he plays in afternoon, or he eats in evening. They are wrong. The correct one is he works in the morning, he plays in the afternoon, he eats in the evening. The is used before morning and afternoon and evening. The last one is he gets a good pay. We write on a paper. I like a comfortable travel. The correct one is he gets good pay. We write on paper. I like comfortable travel. No article is used with pay, paper, safety, travel, and weather. Thus, we have seen information about the articles a and the. Now, let me summarize what we have seen today. We call it as remember. In case of vowel pronunciation, the article an is used. The article the is used for a particular person, unique kinds of things, certain books, oceans, seas, canals, deserts, and countries. Before superlatives, ordinals, musical instruments, armed forces, morning, afternoon, evening, names of railways, ships, newspapers, etc. The article the is omitted in case of uncountable nouns, proper nouns, names of meals, names of relatives, universities, parts of body, noun preceded by post or job or rank or position. So this is how we have completed this chapter of article today. I hope you will definitely like this. Kindly don't forget to subscribe the channel if you like it. Thank you very much. I would like to request you to refer my book titled English Grammar and Writing Skills, which contains complete syllables of grammar and writing skills prescribed by SSC and CBSE boards. This book is available on all prime sites. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.